Alrighty, the old man's back. I want to talk about you vaping or smoking. Now, let me explain this to you. Anything that has to do with nicotine, anything that has to do with nicotine, I don't care how you're putting it in your body. And one thing that I had to figure out when I was smoking cigarettes for many years, I started smoking when I was 12. That's when I first smoked my first cigarettes, 12 years old. I always, you always hear people going, I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to quit vaping. You hear that a lot, don't you? Think about that for a minute. It has nothing to do. What it is clearly a nicotine addiction. And if you can't face that, you'll never quit. You'll never quit. And you see, for me, I would quit a year ago, come back, quit, come back. That seesaw of relapse. I was fortunate. My lungs are great now. But the point that I want to make is it doesn't matter how you're putting it in your body. You are an addict. You might as well face it. If you don't have nicotine, you go through a withdrawal. So you have to put enough of the nicotine in your system at all times so you don't withdraw. Now, I've gone cold turkey. It is no fun. It is no fun. And you'll hear people talk about that all the time. Go to cold turkey. It's not that big of a deal. You'll be just fine. I did a hypnosis crap. I quit. 3 days later, I was in a lot of pain. Sheer pain, guys. Oh, my Lord. And I always would go back. Because you got to have that nicotine. You got to have it in your blood. It's got to be in you. And it is, I really believe nicotine's one of the most addictive drugs, period. There are no others. And until you recognize you're an addict to nicotine, you shut off this, don't even watch it at all, never quit. Never ever quit. For me, it took me many years. And that's why I try to tell people, just because you fail one time doesn't mean nothing. Just set another time and try it again. I tell people here, I had this one guy actually make this ridiculous remark to me about smoking. He says, I've already got severe health issues. I might as well not even stop. So, as I said about the nicotine drug, it is hard to kick. I tried the gum, didn't like it. Don't like the gum at all. Nicorette. There was Wellbutrin. People got into doing that. You're going to die laughing when I tell you that my ex-wife was a bad smoker. She smoked more than I did on cigarettes. She did the Wellbutrin first time and quit. Never picked up a cigarette since. And you can try the Wellbutrin route. You can talk to your doctor about that. Now, I will say that a medical doctor is one of the best people to talk to when it comes to quitting, getting off of nicotine. If you're upfront with your doctor and you say, look, I have a problem with nicotine. And then, of course, the doctor does not want you putting vape or any sort of smoke into your lungs at all. Period. But the whole thing is coming clean to a doctor. A doctor's trained to be able to help you. Absolutely trained. For me, the best thing that worked was the patch. It was the patch. And get the original patches. Do not get off-brand. It doesn't work. I got some off-brand sticking on my arm, and I'd be doing stuff, I'm going, man, I'm starting to have some withdrawals. What's going on? I was thinking about going down to the store and buying me a pack of Marlboro Lights. They're great cigarettes. Marlboro Lights. So I checked to see there's no patch on my arm, guys. It fell off. I don't even know where it fell off at. So I get the real McCoy. The original. I'll be honest with you, I tried that. I think it took me 4 attempts of the patches to quit smoking, quit nicotine altogether, period. I did nicotine vape. I did, because I really believe that the vape's a little better than the... And I'll be honest with you, just me, vaping is safer than bringing in the carcinogens of tobacco into the lungs and smoke. But vaping, once again, what are you doing? You're putting something into your lungs. Now, I will say it again, you've got to do a lot of research on addiction and learn why you are addicted to the nicotine. It took me years to quit. People here, they said, how long did it take you to quit? 2 years. And that's the truth, guys. It took me 2 years to quit smoking cigarettes. Smoking a pipe, man, I did it all. Smoking a pipe. I tried chewing, but I don't like the feel of it in my mouth, but I did snuff. I did a lot of snuff. Tons of snuff. Because really with snuff, I found out that I could actually put a little pinch underneath my gum, and I can go 8 hours to 9 hours without having any sort of withdrawal. Smoking. Now, I'd have to take it out and put a fresh one in, but, I did snuff a lot. So, as a nicotine addict, it came down to a point where the doctor had talked to me and said, you're going to have to quit relapsing and going back to it. He said, don't you think maybe this time you can quit? So I got the patch, and I made it a point that I was going to quit smoking or quit nicotine. Once I was able to detox off the nicotine, and you got to do the whole patch system, the whole thing, and read everything before you even put it on your arm. Okay? Talk to a medical doctor. They're there. They'll reach out and help you in leaps and bounds to get off of nicotine. Now, one of my vlogs, I did say this, and the bad thing about nicotine for me is that it gave me that jolt that I needed. Once I got off of nicotine, I'll be honest with you, I was kind of flat. And I had to take in a lot of Monsters. I like Monsters better than Red Bull. I was downing Monsters. I drank them. I drank 5 or 6 a day when I was out working. Because I do have this deficit when it comes to being stimulated by something. And it's called attention deficit disorder. I'll get into that later. I'm going to go into that completely. But getting off of nicotine, guys, understand, talk to your doctor. There's nothing wrong with talking to a medical doctor. 2, don't get fooled into programs. Don't. Now, I'm talking about any program that says this is going to help you quit smoking or get off of nicotine. Don't buy into that crap. You don't need to spend any money on any programs either. All you got to do is to start making up your mind. Yes, I'm addicted to nicotine and it's time for me to get off of it. And the only way you're going to do it is to wean yourself. To wean yourself. I don't know what this is. Yeah, right. I get these things about Boost. So, you don't even have to write up a plan. You don't have to get into this. This is the day I'm going to quit nicotine. I'm going to put my patch on and I'm committed. Don't set yourself up for failure before you even try it. You know, you just have to relax and realize that it's time for you to get off of nicotine altogether. And I don't care how you're doing it. Most young people are vaping it because tobacco is an awful, horrible, terrible thing. So let's vape. And there's a girl, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to have to put this in this vlog. There's a girl that was fantastic talking about her getting off of nicotine vape. And like I said, guys, you can do it. There's a lot of people out there that are ex-addicts when it comes to being addicted to nicotine. Always remember that anything, I don't care what it is you're doing to put nicotine in your body, it's the nicotine you have to treat. That's what you have to treat, it's the nicotine. And as I said, detox from it. Once you detox from it, and then your life will change. And for me, I'm going to talk about my ADD and the reason why I need stimulants. The whole thing that I'm going to say clearly, and I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog, nicotine addiction, when you have an addiction, it takes a while to get off that addiction. It may take you a year to get off of it, but don't stop trying and never beat yourself up. People beat themselves up. I went 3 days and I went back to it. I can't ever quit. I'll never be able to quit vaping. Never. Never. Why don't you do this? I went 3 days without vaping any nicotine. Yeah. All right. I went 3 days. Next time we'll try to go maybe 4 or 5 days. So let's make it 5 days this time. Stay positive. Pat yourself on the back. Anytime you go without nicotine, great job, super job. And if you keep yourself pumped and happy about what you're doing, you will eventually quit nicotine altogether and be free from it. My next one we'll talk about is ADD. Peace, guys. I'm having a hard time today.